Good morning, folks. Welcome back. I think today we're going to continue our mycelium exploration and we're going to try to do, again, some kind of a pillared pavilion or building. And we're going to try a few different techniques this time. I'm kind of excited about it. Let's start with a person for scale, though. I'm going to bring in my guy. Okay, so there's my guy. And the first thing I want to do is build a pillar. And I think we're going to use the curve tool and then spiral for that. Or screw, rather. Sorry. So Shift A, curve, Bezier, edit it, delete the vertices, draw. And we're going to create some of our own. And this is why we want the person for scale. So we're going to start out kind of with a flared base to about like here. And come in and then up. Like that. That feels like a fun shape. Okay, yep. Now we're going to add a modifier, add a screw modifier, and wow, we got a goblet, kinda. It's kind of interesting. We can play with this a little bit if we want to. So one thing I can see is that I don't like this at the very end too much. Just bring this whole thing kind of in like that. That's nice. I like that. And here at the end, again, that seems okay. We can grab those, flatten that down. There we go. That seems fun to me. I like it. Today I'm going to try making sure that I don't destructively delete things that I might want to use again later. So I'm going to Shift D, duplicate it, and move new correction bridge before I start trying to play with things. And now we have 16 steps. That'll be fine. That looks right to me. Cool. Object, convert to mesh. If we look, we have this thing, and it's actually pretty good geometry. And the next thing I know I want to do is to let's see how we want to do this. We could just grab them vertically, but I don't think I want to do that. So, and this is why I wanted to keep that original. I think we're already going to use it. Let's get rid of, well, let's keep the screw on it. Let's just solo it. And on top of that, let's add a deform, simple deform. Ooh, that's crazy. Above the screw. Let's turn off the screw for right now. Or even do it later, which would be better. Let's do it later. Sorry. We'll keep this for here. I'm just debating how I want to go about doing this. Let's turn back on our initial one. Cool. Now let's grab these edges. Grab those, and now select edge loops. Gets all those going up, which is what we wanted. Now we can convert this back to a curve. Curve extract. There we go. And we can just turn this off for right now. And now we have it back as a curve again, which is fun, and we're definitely going to use. I'm thinking we might want to rotate it around, though. Give it a little bit more interest. deform with a smooth. Not a smooth, come on. Deform with a simple deform. And twist along the Z axis like that. And now we can twist it as much as we want to. Let's twist it to 180. We should keep it lined up reasonably well with the other one, right? Yeah. That looks good. Cool. Nice. I like that twist. I think we're in good shape there. I am going to then here go to geometry and extrude it out. You can see we get these fun lines. We're going to want that. And we're also going to want to duplicate it and give it a bevel depth. Ah, interesting. So it's still giving round going to straight at the top. Nice. Okay. That's actually kind of fun. So it starts off round, but as it stretches, it gets flatter, which I like. The other thing I want to try is Alt-Z, B, select just the topish ones. Doesn't matter if it's exact. Turn on proportional editing, connected only, and we need to make sure that we give these enough that we can see them. Okay, and now Alt-S and scale. And we can play with the scaling change on it. So that will go that way. If we want to get smaller as it goes up, which I think could be neat. And then we can bring this down. And it gets very wispy as it goes in. That's fun. I like it. Cool. Then we'll go back to the one above it, which is the extruded one. And I'll extrude a little bit more, just to like right there. But it's more coming at the top than the bottom right now, which is fine. That's good. Now let's take this one, move it to our original. We don't need both because they're just variants off the same one, still the same form. Okay, cool. And let's take this and I'm liking that. That's acceptable so far. Okay, let's apply it. Convert it to mesh and just go look at it. And now I want to select the outer loops of all 16 of these. Okay, so all 16 outer loops selected. And add a vertex group. We're going to call it growth group. So now, just jumping around a little bit, but let's come back so we can see everything. Okay, cool. We can come here and set our split radius to 0.2, our step size to 0.05, and our repulsion factor is good. Don't want it to go near each other. That's fine. And shell factor of 1. Let's pump that up, see what it does. And then differential growth. Gives us something like that, which I think is pretty fun. Might even want more. Let's undo. And noise factor, I'll make it 4. So it's a little bit more random. Yeah. That seems cool. Maybe not quite that much. Again, just a matter of playing with it. Noise factor of 2. All right. I like that. Oh, that's looking cool. I think we can use it. Now, we're gonna keep going. Let's save, because we haven't done that yet. Save as 250123, right? 1 live stream pillar structure. Okay. Save ed. That's going to be fun. Just want to try one more thing, maybe, where I'm going to say our split radius is going to be 0.05. And our step size is 0.02. We should make a smaller one. Let's see. Is it going to split it? Maybe. Doesn't look like it, though. Looks like we're getting any good splits, which is fine. I'm liking it the way it is anyway. We just have to go a little bit further like this. Come on. There we go. All right. Yeah, I like these leafy things. And if we look at it in weight paint mode, we've got this, which is fun, and we will use it later. Okay, so we've got that part done. Now, we're come back to our initial pillar, which is an object. I'm just going to rename it now. Pillars. And it is 16, almost 17 meters in that. So if we come here, turn off proportional just to make our lives easier. Shift D, GX 35. No, 20. Maybe a little more than 20. Let's go 24. 24 seems good. Okay. That. And then L, Shift D, G, Y, 24. So we've got that everywhere. And we need to do the same thing with this and the, come on. That and that. But I think we'll keep them as separate objects for these initially. Shift D, GX, 24. And then come closer. Come on. There we go. 7. Shift D, GY, 24. So now we have 4 pillars, which I think is all we're going to make, just to keep it simple. And everything is mirrored and matched to them. Okay. But this is the one we want to edit first. We want to now Shift S2. Okay. Right. Object set origin to geometry. Right. There we go. So something right in the center there. Shift A and edit. Shift A, circle. I'm gonna make it 3, sure, and vertices 16, same as the other one. Okay, and 1 and GZ up to there. And then fill it. So now we have some cool stuff we can play with. Let's start here. Is that the outer one? Does look like it is the outerest. Or no, yeah. No, it's not. That's the outerest. I'm actually going to plus X faces. Going to get rid of that. And plus X faces. So the outer one is now just the flat one, and it'll just be easier to pick. I don't need to curl back in for what we're doing here. Because I want to be able to select that and have it actually be the outer one, and it is. That, and then control to here. Yes. Okay, and then those, control E, bridge edge loops. Check that out. The reason I want to do it this way is now we can do Alt X, mirror it. We got all of them. Cool. And apply all. Because we're going to do it again. We're going to select this one. Just select the 3 here this time, not the 4. And did I grab the right one? Nope. This one, and this one. Let's make sure I got the right one selected. I think I do. Yes, I do. Control E, bridge edge loops. And this one, do we want to add a cut? No. Oh, we could warp it. Ooh, interesting. Not that much, though. Let's do that. That'd be fun. And fill that. Cool. Now, Alt X mirror. Cool. Apply. And we gotta do the same thing over here too. Outer. 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 And outer, outer, and outer, right? Control E, bridge edge loops. Oh, come on. Control E, bridge edge loops, not bevel edge loops. Cuts 2. Don't really want to do that, do I? Let's just 0. It's fine. Straight across is fine on this one. Fill that. And Alt X, mirror it that way. And apply. And now we have this whole structure thing going across like that, which is pretty fun. And we're going to use. All right. Now, edit again. And I think the best thing to do now is just to do a limited time, to do a quad remesh. And 7,000 faces. Let's say 7,000 faces. See what it does. It's pretty good. think we can use that. And let's just take this back to our original just in case. I don't think we'll need it, but we have it now. Okay. Yes. This I think I might want to make even bigger. Yeah. That's this one. Punch it up so we see it more. It's going to cover entirely our base. Well, almost, but not entirely, I guess. No, that's good. I like that. And then, let's actually come back to it. Oh, did I alt? I can always just do it again. Okay. I was like, I think I didn't select them the same. B. Grab those. And turn on proportional again. Make sure we're unconnected. Yep. Alt-S. And shrink those back in like that. Did I do all of them? Did I do all of them? Yes, I did. Cool. Or not. No, I didn't. Okay. Curse you. Delete. Just do it again. Or did I? We can look and see. Come on. No, I didn't. Delete. Delete. Okay. Yes, there's the one we want. This one. 7. And this time we will. Alt-D, GX24. And then Alt-D, GY24. And that would now be all of them. And we should just be able to select them and join them together, I think. Ooh, no. Ooh, what the heck is that? Oh, no, I know why. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that yet. Okay, we like them. Let's Shift-D, M, original. Great. Okay, so we've selected, we're good. We have them all copied. We can keep going. Save. Now, this sucker. I kind of want let's do sculpt mode and grab. Make it a little less even. It should be fine. Yeah, all right. And 1. And that. All right. Just so it's not quite fully symmetrical and a little more curved. And Alt-V, wireframe. That's looking good. I don't know that I want to make it any smaller because I don't want any holes really any smaller than that anyway. Let's take this and weight paint. Tissue curvature. Let's see what curvature gives us with an angle of 3. That's kind of fun. I'm just going to grab all of that, though, like that. Okay, sure. and Y. Can I only do X? Interesting. No, I can't even. We'll just do it by hand here and here. There we go. Object mode. So that sucker. Modifier. Generate, decimate with our curvature value. 0.1. Something like that. That looks okay to me. Apply all. Actually, before I do that, again, or Shift D, come on, M original. Now this, apply all, and dual mesh it. Gives us that. I like it. Now, let's see. Give this weight paint a weight distance, or weight formula rather, of a simple vertical gradient. Okay. Cool. Now we're going to duplicate it. And this one we're going to call it structure wireframe. And this one we're going to call structure window. Structure wireframe. Add the modifier. Now let's do it over this way. Come on. Add modifier. Wireframe. Okay. It's not going to be even. It's going to have a vertex group of the height. Yes. So it does get bigger as it goes up. Factor. Relative, yes. That seems cool to me. I like that. Only offset should be 1. We want to go up like that. Above those other ones, yes. And then control 2. 1 might work, but let's do 2. That looks nice. Structure windows. Those need to be moved up a little bit. Something like that. Right? Yeah, that looks cool. And Q, add modifier, solidify. Just give it a tiny little bit. Thickness, offset of 1 and 0.01. It's like 1 centimeter, just to give us some thickness for the glass. Cool. Now let's see if we like it better with a subdiv or not. No, we don't actually. Cool. And we want to actually take it up a little bit. Let's go to sculpt mode. And just fix this here just so it looks cooler in our bottom. we go. That looks all right. Yeah, boy. Cool. All righty. So we've now created those. We've got our warpy things coming out like that. Kind of goes up into it. I think that is looking awesome. It's a fun little pillar. And 30 minutes, we are doing excellent. Let's create a ground. Oh, this whole thing's not centered. Well, that's fine. S50. Great. Control A, rotation scale, tab, fillet. And I just want to make sure down to there. Is that our glass thing? Yeah, so it's glassing out down the bottom too, which is fine. I think that'll be all right. I don't hate that. Maybe. Let's maybe apply some materials to it and see how we feel about it. Append. Come on. We want our pavilion materials because we want walls 1 and walls, and we want beer glass. Append. Okay. Now we want this to be beer glass. We want this to be walls. We want this to be walls. Let's see what that gives us so far. You're going to think for a second. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, all that's looking right. So right. We want this to be wall 1. And it's a mesh, right? Yeah, we want to join it with all 4 of them at once, I think. Yep. Cool. So that's walls 1. And it has a growth group, which is important. Because what we want to do is we need to grab our geometry nodes and we need to grab our vertex group to color, vertex color. And bring it in. Make sure it's on. Yes, it is. This out of the way now. Okay. And if we look at shading for wall 1, which I'm going to call it, I'm going to change to wall to beer glass. It's looking for a group called PG, which is fine. We just need to know what it's called. So over here, shader group PG. Now if we turn it on, let's see what we get. Nothing yet. Let's see. Weight paint. Now it's there. Okay, we just have to adjust it. Object group and shading. Solo that. Take a look at it. We're going to look here. Yeah. Everything is still black. I'm just going to get rid of this. Oh, come on. Not seeing that PG group. Oh, because it's not called VG test. That's why. Come on, Seth. There we go. It's called growth group. So So we need to copy that and change view test to the growth group. There we go. Now we're seeing that, which means we're seeing that. And that looks cool to me. I think we're going to change here. Well, we can change this. I'll change this distance down to like 0.2. Maybe not quite that one. 1.5. All right. Yeah. Excellent. That gives us those things now start as our wall, but gradually translate out to be that glass color. And I think that will be cool. The only thing we might want to do with them is give it a little bit of thickness, because right now it has none. So let's add a modifier, solidify above that. I'm going to set it to thickness of that and offset of 0. So it's 1 centimeter, and not even. There we go. Vertex group, growth group, reverse it. Okay. Here we go. So it starts thicker and gets thinner. Cool. Take a look again. Nice. We could subdivide it, but I don't think we really need to. I think we are going to shade it smooth, though. Yeah, and maybe even... something like that. Cool. I think I like it. Anything else we want to do to it? Let's do without the vertex group. No, we like it with it. Leave it on. Nice. All right. This is also going to be shade smooth. Oh, wait, all this stuff's going to be shade smooth. And this, I'm going to go ahead and apply it, convert it to mesh, and give it a, there we go. And apply it, and an object, shade smooth, and it should be walls, yep. And cool. This neat interweaving of those things, but hopefully it'll feel like they kind of all come up into the same section. I think it does. I think we need to make it a little bit brighter now so we can see what the heck we're doing. Exposure of 8. Yeah. And I think this might need to be a bit thicker, right? Yeah. There we go. Just take it up. Cool. Yeah, that makes it look better. Nice. Now, clearly our ground needs some work. We decide whether we want it to have a floor or we want it to just to be on the grass. I kind of like it being on the grass. Let's do that. Grab it, quad remesh it, 300. Remove the original. new collection, ground. Let's put it there. Okay, tab. Yeah, baby. Cool. And 7. C. Do those. Yep. As vertex group detail. Assign. Now, can decide what we want to do with the rest of the terrain, whether we want funky or not. I won't go too funky, but let's. And G. Something like that. That looks all right. Just give it enough variation that when we apply other stuff to it, it'll make sense. Cool. Now let's apply that other stuff to it. Add modifier, terrain, trainer base. And there we go. It's feeling pretty good. Let's look at it. And I'm not going to Funky Town. Sorry. No Funky Town. Won't you take me to Funky Town? No. I'm going to now I'm going to change my mind basically. W subdivide tab and turn it back on. Yeah, that's a little better, I think. It's a little more rounded. And because I'm going to put grass underneath there, I don't care that it's basically perfectly flat. That's fine. I do think I'm going to want something in the center of this, but I don't know what yet. Just making all these pavilions, but it's just fun to show it's a neat way to make pillars, basically. It's kind of more about the pillars than anything else. That's true. Yeah, we could be going to Scarborough Fair. All right. Yeah. Do we want a road? We could do a road. We can always do a road. Let's do. Actually. There. There. Assign. Turn back on. Got a road. We're gonna have to smooth it a little bit, but that's fine. Or I mean, we don't have to, but I don't know. Kind of being whether I want to put a thing through it or not. Maybe we won't this time. We'll leave it flat though. And turn it on and apply all. And let's just see what it wants, what it says detail is now. It's not bad. First, I'm just going to go through and warp this out, and then I'm going to cut into it too. But Actually, I want that a little less, so cut into that there. Get rid of these sharp edges. Okay. That'll work for me. And let's just make that a new group. Call it grass. Okay. So we could put some terrain on there now, or some foliage rather. We could also grow outward the network, but I think I won't. I think we'll just leave it as a building. Geoscatter. Grab that. Biome scatter. Open the biomes. Reload your biome library. Okay. And I've been using Tropical 8 a lot. It works well. I like it. Let's do Tropical 3 instead this time, just to mix it up a little bit so our terrain's not always exactly the same. Can always change it around too. Warnings, yes. 3.7 million polys or objects. Yes, 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 I know. Okay. So, trees. We're going to do this one at a time, I think, instead of doing it on the whole group. Vertex group. Grass. Trees 2. Vertex group. Grass. Shrubs. We'll let ferns and grass grow there, but not none of the stuff. So let's see. That works. It's quite large though, isn't it? We might want to shrink it in a little bit when I look at it now. That's fine. Yeah. Control I and remove those from grass. There we go. Our path just got very narrow, but that's fine too. We're not really going to stress too much about it. We may not even really worry at all about it. Okay. And shrubs. Shrubs aren't even very big, are they? Well, we'll leave it. Okay. Cool. So those aren't going in the middle, but we have grass that is and ferns that are. Let's just see what they look like. Save just in case this freaks out. It's not too much. That's fine. And we'll assume that the grass is okay, because grass is just going to be big on this thing. Alrighty. So that's coming well. Now, we could do some water. Then we'd have to build in a a creek bed of some kind, wouldn't we? Well, maybe. What's T? Edit mode. Grass select. Okay, good deal. Proportionals on. GZ2. Shrink it down. Brings it up a little bit. Cool. And then we take this whole thing. There we go. That'll bring it back down to that. Easier than moving our pavilion. Just move the whole ground down too. Okay. Sure. Now, water's fun. Let's try it. Cell fluids. New fluid. Let's make it 50 or 75 by 75. Maybe even 120. Yeah, that works. Max depth doesn't matter, so just take it up. Okay. And all that is under, right? Yes. Okay. So if I come to here, grab that there, that there. All of that. Shift D, P section. Okay, we got its own thing on it now. And Q, add modifier to solidify. About that much. Apply all. And Q, or move, new collection, initial. Now, if I come to, and that's already in ground, right? Yes. So come to here, collections, initial, shockingly, initial, and ground, shockingly, ground. We're not going to have any inflow this time. And turn that off. And rewind and play. See where our water falls to. And it's thinking. And we are crossing into our space, by the way, which we don't super want to do. But let's see what happens. Take a look. I think we've totally filled it with water now, haven't we? Yes, we have. Okay, so maybe we need to go a little higher or lower our water a little more. Let's do that again. Good morning, Patrick. Select. Fine. GZ -2. Great. Cool. This thing, let me make it a bit bigger. 140. Max depth of 30. Oh, it went up, right? So we gotta take it down. That should be good. Okay. Rewind. Let's see if this will get us for us. I'm just going to turn off. I don't think it really matters, but just, yeah. Rewind, play. Water goes sploosh. I kind of don't want it to go underneath our pavilion if we can avoid it. So I'm kind of trying to give it a little bit of a hill. But since I didn't plan on water initially, it's just not 100% doing exactly what I wanted, which, you know, is fine because that gives us some more happy accidents once we work through it. So no big deal. That feels better to me. Feels like it needs to be even bigger though. If we care, we are hitting the edge. Yeah, let's fix that a bit more. We're going to go even bigger. 160. There we go. Save. Play. If it tries to go any further than that. Yeah, I haven't done a lot lately. I mean, obviously the Dyson Sphere didn't really lend itself to water sims terribly much. So you don't normally do a lot of water sims in Cyberpunk stuff either. So, but this is working. I think this is a good amount. And splashing out a little bit. I just kind of want to have some water. For some added visual interest. And that honestly looks pretty good. We can probably stop it pretty soon. Because we're not worried about 100% realism here. We're just making a pond, basically. I'm going to let it go to 200, I think. Why not? 200 seems like a good number. With our fake water sim. I might even bring it down a little bit too. We can always do that. Yeah, let's call it. Let's bring back in our structure. Is it underwater? A little bit. So let's take our fluid and let's bake it. Big static flow map. Okay, rewind. And see what it looks like. And we can just come down a little bit with it. Are all four are not. Okay. That and this. There we go. That works better. Let's take our fluid, which I'm good with now, I think. New collection, water. Let's just turn it off so I can see what the heck I'm getting here. Okay, all 4 of these are not really 100% working, but we can fix this now. Sculpt mode, make it bigger. Bring that up. Yeah, there we go. That one was perfect. There we go. That's better. Seems good. Turn back on our Beziers. Save it. Let's see how we're looking. Turn back on our water. Cool. Now in Geoscatter. Now we are going to take tropical biome and we are going to give it an upward obstruction of water. Okay. Let me turn trees on. Cool. And tree 2 on. Also cool. And our water's not 100% flattened still, but like we'll live, right? I think that'll be fine. Honestly, we'll just see it more like this anyway, probably. That's looking sweet. All right, so we're gonna do another funky sim, or not sim, but growth, I guess. Let's do it in a different window though. I think I might turn off the, I think I still can here. And cell fluids. Disable splashes. Let's look and see what else we got here. That's okay. Honestly, I think I even got a better way to do it than just think it's, I think I've been overthinking it, sadly. Because I don't like the splashes. So let's fix this. We tried it. Turn off Geoscatter. 7. Shift A, mesh, circle. We're just going to do still water. Yeah. Take it to about there. I think that's better. Yeah. And get rid of that one. This one. Water. Just do it this way. Just a nice still water. That'll work. Try and get overcomplicated. Polygonic. Spawn material. Water. pond. Okay. And we know from experience, solidify down on there we go. Yep. Apply all. Yeah, nice still water. That's better. That's what we want. Geoscatter back on. Trees. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's exactly what we wanted. I like this little river thing going on here, too. That's fun. This little kind of cross. That would be very cool. Cool. We like. So now, let's keep playing. Got the other thing up? There we go. Okay. Mesh. UV sphere. Okay. And let's see. Tab 2. Extrude edges. Yes. Scale. Okay. Now, sculpt mode. All right, let's try that. Now, weight paint. Tissue. Formula. We just want to go with height. Okay. Object mode. Let's see if this will work. Split radius of 0.2. Step size 0.05. Show factor 0.2. Let's try this. No. Back. Base factor 0.2. Not even. Edit, undo history. There. Show factor 0. Base factor 0.1. That's fun. Let's undo a little bit. Go back to there. Yeah, come here. Split radius 0.1. Step size 0.01. I want it smaller. Repulsion factor of 2. There we go. Come on. Let's go back to 0.2. I like you can stop this and change the growth in the middle because you can cause different growth and then a different kind of growth afterward, which is just really fun. And I think this would be good for me. I think this is, whew, yeah. Yeah, that'll be perfect. That will work. I like that hole down the middle too. That's fun. Definitely going to use that. Okay. Control 1. Let's see if that goes enough. Okay. Yeah, totally. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, we'll use this. Copy objects. Back over to here. Turn off geoscatter. And paste our thing. Yeah. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. There's our thing. Let's scale it up just a bit. That feels perfect to me. Okay. New collection, focus point, because I have no idea what it is right now. Okay. So it has a vertex group. Oh, go to your baking, my friend. Sounds good. RZ. Okay, so we're going to add, let's apply that. And add a modifier, geometry nodes, vertex groups of vertex color. I think it's called RZ, lowercase, right? Yes. Okay, because this is also going to be walls. Wall to beer glass. Let's see what we got. Did I get any? Let's go look. Shading. Okay. That's ambient occlusion. I don't want that. I want this one. Doesn't look like it has a PG. Let's go look at our weight paint. Oh, it definitely does. It's got a beautiful weight paint. So it's called RZ. PG. That's why it's not VG. Come on, Seth. Object mode. Yeah, there we go. Now it's right. Shading. Okay, so that's too glassy. We want some more of this black to come through. Definitely there. To like that. Sure. Let's see how that looks. That's better. We can give it a bit more. All right, that'll work. That feels good to me. Cool. think I'm going to, just for funsies, it's going to be easier. I'm going to put the whole focus group in water. So it will count for the other stuff too. Geoscatter on. Yeah, that's cool. And if we go look at Geoscatter and turn on ferns, yeah, so it's just going to avoid being right underneath the thing too. Same as it would for the water. We could have adjusted it otherwise, but I think that's fine. Kind of a quick and dirty way of doing it. Save. HDRs. Import. I'm going to go with 61. Let's see what's in 61. Mostly bright clouds, but, or bright sun. Let's go with something else. 62. What's in there? That seems cloudier. Yes. 1051 sounds good. Not being terribly picky. Add our background. We got bright lights. All right. But now, what if we try something else? I'm just going to get rid of this initial. We don't need any more. Okay, lights. And let's kill Geoscatter for right now. Shift A, mesh, circle, S200. And let's just change our N to 10 kilometers. There, we can see it. Control A, rotation scale, fill it. And bring it way up to there. Okay, we may adjust that. And shading. Where's our light object? Oh. It also needs a view of 10 kilometers. There we go. New cloud cover. Shift A, search. Nice. Texture. Great. And factor into the alpha. I'll just look at it for right now, actually, before we do that even. Search ramp. Look at that. And bring that in. That in. Why am I getting a yellow on it? Why is that yellow? Or the sky is just very yellow. Whatever. Okay, scale. Lots of little clouds, cool. And if they're little, maybe we'll make them a bit softer. And layout. And now if we look, we've got these cloud light things on our So we can kind of use this to paint in some more interesting shadows as we feel like, even if we don't add another sunlight, just to give us a little bit more interest like that. And I think it's fun. It's subtle. And then we're going to come up here to visual, visibility, and we're going to turn off from the camera. It doesn't see it at all, but it still casts shadows. So we have our fake shadows here. And maybe we will shading. Let's just take a look and see what else we want to do to it. We can change our scale to make it a bit bigger. Yep. And 4D, and then we can change our. There we go. That looks like fun. And if we do this, we can get them sharper. So it just depends how thick we want these clouds to be in our camera. That feels good. We may or may not even notice, but it feels good to me. Cool. Layout. And we could do some fog. We could not do some fog. Which do we prefer? Looking at no fog right now. And that's kind of fun. I don't mind it. Maybe we'll lay off the fog today. I'm actually feeling pretty good about that as a shot. Gotta change our camera though. Photographer. Set up our camera stuff. Anamorphic. We need to go in here and set it to a clip end of like 500. There we go. Could even do a little more. Hey, Infinity. I think 500 should be fine. Okay. Focus just on our thing. Resolution. Panavision wide. Lens 35. Yeah. Now, I almost want some of that water, some of those reflections coming across our ground, our water. Let's look at it from above, see if we can see it better. Come on, give me some across the water. Still not there. Let's turn off geoscatter so we can see what the heck I'm doing these better. Where's our camera? There, okay. see. Yeah, it gives us some. How's the weather today? I suppose it depends where you are. For me, it's like just above freezing and sunny in Vancouver, so it's not too bad. I have a feeling that Patrick's is going to be a little bit colder today. That's looking all right to me. Oh, it would, but then you couldn't see it. That's what I do when I'm at home. But it just gets to be too much on this one screen. I'd normally just dump it up in another window and it would be fine. But I am constrained by trying to make stuff that looks good for you folks. Let's go in a little bit better. Maybe not quite to 50. 40 seems good. There we are. 10 Fahrenheit, right? 10 for me is nice. But that's like 50 your temperature, so. There we go. I'm going to put a light down in there, I think. Just grab those two things. Light. There we go. Okay, it's above the ground, yes. It's power of 50. Color. Just go with color even. Kind of like a green. 200. Let's see what that's going to do. 10 Fahrenheit, yes. That's all right. Let's say with 1,000. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I still get not confused because I mean, I grew up in the United States too, but I laugh sometimes. I'll hear a friend talking like, man, it's like 20 degrees out. It's so cold. And I'm thinking, oh man, 20 would be, oh, right, you're 20. Yeah. You're 20 and my 20, not the same. 200. See, that's a bit too bright. And see if we try a different color just to. That's kind of fun. I like that. That works for me. I feel like that's a pretty good space. Do we want to put some parrots in there? I don't want to overdo the parrots, but I'm kind of enjoying them. So it's like, maybe. Let's throw some parrots in there. Come here. Burbs. Parrot. New collection. Burbs. Actually, I don't even mind that one right there. Just let it start there. We're going to put a couple, though. So let's turn off Geoscatter. And hide my sky thing. Come on. Viewport display. Display as bounds. Thank you. Now, get rid of Fred. Parrot, Shift D. And draw. I'm just going to create a couple more parrots. Okay. Hey, Parchin. Let's see how that looks. Turn on Geoscatter. And we're going to want to then, since we brought the parrots in, we want to affect motion blur. We want to enable motion blur. Gives an error because of EV that we don't care about. And we're going to go to 1/50th. Burbs. That feels good to me. I think we're in good shape. And I think we have kind of nailed it for our time frame. We've done well. So this is a fun one today. If you weren't here from the beginning, I'm just gonna try to just get. We made this thing. I probably should just move it all into one object, shouldn't I? New structure. We made this, and we just built it off of an initial curve that we screwed and then connected together to make the roof, and then we duplicated and pulled off to make these growths and those. And I am quite pleased with how it turned out. I think it looks good. Just jumping a little bit at a time into things, but it feels very organic and yet still structural, and I'm into it. And then we got this little bad boy here in the middle. Same kind of vibe. And we're using our homemade vertex group to vertex color node group just to transfer those across, so then we can use the vertex group stuff for painting it, which is still boggles my mind that's not built into Blender, but it's easy to fix, so whatever. Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out with me again. I will be back again tomorrow. We'll do some more stuff. Not quite sure what yet, but maybe we'll jump back into Rio and see if we can see how this stuff is interacting more with Earth architecture now that we have a better understanding of how we're making this stuff. That could be fun. Anyway, we'll figure it out tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I will see you folks later. Take care.